Hey, this is Augustus, and I'm not gonna do the intro or anything. I only have 5 minutes to do this, so here we go. Tai Lopez versus Steve Jobs. The difference here is very simple. But I want you to ask yourself a question. What's the difference between the two? You're probably thinking one's a millionaire and one's a billionaire. Well, if you're thinking that, that's exactly, we're thinking the same thing. But the reason for this is very simple. Whenever you see, and I hope you catch this, whenever you see Tai Lopez, you see him, you see him portraying himself to help people, and then by the end of every video he has his hand out. But every time you see Steve Jobs, he's either talking about how he's already helped people or how he plans to help people in the near future, and he backs up his word every time. See, any man that lives his life like that is gonna make some kind of money. Any man that lives his life like that, or woman, ladies, you are in this, all right? Any person that lives their life like that, in a relationship, at their job, with their kids, they're going to get a good return every time. You cannot fail in business. You cannot fail in just the nature of receiving good things. If you have this mind state and you say, you become a person that gives to people, and you have a habit of backing up your word. You know, saying to people, "Hey, this is how I'm gonna help. This is how I can help." They say, "Okay, let's see what you got," and you back up your word. I mean, grasp this. That's the reason why Tai Lopez is still in the millions. If you Google how much he makes, it's amazing. I thought he was loaded, because he gives a good spill. But it's the reason why he's so low in the millions, and Steve Jobs is so high in the billions. One person has a lifestyle of helping people out, and the other has a lifestyle of making himself look like someone that's helping people out. See, and I don't mean to be counting anyone's money, but that's how this story goes. When you go out to do what you do today, remember, someone's gonna ask for your word in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Give them, or I'll put it this way: don't give them any word that you can't back up. It's better to tell someone, "No, I can't do that," than to say, "Yeah, I can," and not back up your word. Practice this. See? And don't just stop there. Don't just say, "All right, I can't do it," and then leave it at that. Bring up something to them that you can do. All right? And that's my 5 minutes. All right? Those that just wanted the 5 minutes, love you. Take care, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. All right. So for those that want to stay, all right, this is one of those videos where you can listen to 5 minutes if that's all you want, or you can listen to the rest of the video. I highly advise anyone, if you listen to any of this, to at some point or time in your life finish the rest of this video off, because I'm gonna be going into what those 5 minutes had, but I'll be giving you steps on how to bring that about, and the source for this kind of lifestyle. So here we go. All right, so the Tai Lopez and Steve Jobs analogy, I had to go into that because this is something that everyone's dealing with. It doesn't seem as big when it comes to someone asking to borrow a pencil, or asking to borrow a stapler, or asking you to do something at your job. That doesn't seem too big. But when you're trying to run a business and you're trying to figure out why certain people won't give you loans, or people won't contribute to your dream, now it's a big deal. And the craziest thing about this is that when you really need to understand the essence behind why all of this stuff is happening, when you really need to understand it, that's when it's the hardest to identify, because your emotions are in it, your hard work is in it, your money's in it, but we will dissect this thing today. So I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions, and I'll be asking myself as well. I'm a student of this, as well as everyone else that's listening. But ask yourself a question. When was the last time I've given someone my word? When was the last time I've given someone my word? Alright? Now I want you to ask yourself another question. When was the last time that I've backed up my word? Now for some, this may be, it's like, all right, I got it, I got the point, move on. But this is very important. This is very big, because there's small things that we neglect. I'll put it like this. It's easy to give someone your word when it comes to, it's easy to give your brother your word that you'll die for him. Because how many times do you die every day, right? That's easy. It's easy to tell your wife that you love so much, your girl that you love so much, that you'll do anything for her. That's easy. But it's hard to give someone your word that you'll make it. You'll pick them up every day on time, and you'll drop them off every day on time. That's a little harder to do, because after all, you have your own life. It's harder to give someone your word that you'll pick up every phone call that they make, no matter what time it is. That's a little harder to do. It's an easy task to pick up a phone and listen to someone. I think we all can agree that dying for someone is a little harder to do. But to make the vow is very easy, because you're not gonna, you know that you won't be done anytime soon. Very precious vow, but it's easy to make. Being at someone's job pick them up on time every day, that one's not so easy. See? So, ask yourself again, when was the last time that you've given someone your word? And when was the last time that you backed it up? Alright? I want you to ask yourself another question. When was the last time that you've told someone, or you admitted to someone, that you weren't capable of doing something? When was the last time that you've admitted to someone that you were not capable of doing something? Now we're hitting a little closer to home here, alright? For those that are very prideful type people, the real strong people, you know, you feel like you wake up in the morning and you feel like you could punch through a wall. Or ladies, you wake up in the morning and you feel that you have the beauty of Helen of Troy, right? You could sway any leader into giving over his power because of your beauty, right? Those that have this kind of mind state, all right, for those, this one is going to be harder to do. And this one's going to be a lot harder to do because in your mind, in your mind, you believe that admitting to someone that you have a fault or you have an incapability is weakness. But it's not weakness. It's simply a decision. Simply a decision. That's all it is. If someone were to ask you, hey, I need someone to cook for this banquet that I'm having for the next 7 days. I need a cook. I've heard that you could cook. We need someone to cook Italian food. I need real Italian food for this banquet. We'll be discussing, Italy and traveling to Italy. Can you do it? And you specialize in soul food. I don't think you should make that vow. This person believes in you. They believe that you could do it, but their ignorance of your specialty is a big miscommunication. And if you go off of what this person believes, you're going to disappoint them greatly. See? And that's harder, trust me. A disappointment like that is harder to endure than simply letting someone down for a moment. Alright? This is a big one. Learn how to say not no, but learn how to say not this time. Alright? I know it seems like I just said the same thing twice. Trust me. No, there's a difference. See, because someone that says no, they might not have the intention of helping someone get an answer. But if people go to you and they're used to hearing you say, not this time, or I won't be able to do it, alright? And they're used to you saying, but let me help you find someone that can, they'll go to you every time. They'll go to you every time. If you're a manager, if you're a boss, and you have people that's scared to go to you, you're not gonna have a smooth business. Your business isn't gonna be running too smoothly, but you want to make yourself easy for people to come to you and say, hey, you know what? I need your help in getting this done. You're my boss, but I need your help with this. If you did this, it will make life easier on me, and it'll make life easier on your business, which makes life easier on you. See, these are things that we deal with every day, but we don't think about it like this. You know, if we did, we'll be handling things a lot more different, I believe. So, you know. So, you want to be the type of person that people are used to seeing you and seeing you as the person that says, if I can't do it, I'm going to help you find someone that will help you get it done. That's the type of person you want people to see you as. Alright? Another thing. Here's another question. I'll pose it as a question. How often do you help people? How often do you help people? Here's another question. How often do you have your hand out? How often do you ask of people? Now, I will admit, for my generation, for the millennials, someone listening might say, "Oh my God, he's a millennial." Yes, I'm a millennial. Yeah, I missed out on most of my youthhood, gaining the wisdom that I have today. So it's not fun being wise, but it pays off. If I'm looking at a marble sculpture of Caesar Augustus, that's very fun to me. So, but anyway, so yeah, for the millennials, this isn't the generation that says that's big on saying, "Hey, I need your help." Today, a lot of people are afraid to say, "I need your help. I could use your help." But that can be a good thing. That can be a good thing. So we're gonna flip it for a second. We're gonna ask, how often do you ask people for help? Are you the one that's asking a lot? Are you the one that's asking for something every second you turn, every second that you turn a corner, right? I'll use myself as an example. I live a lifestyle of giving. As a man, another man may hear that and say, "All right, brother, where's your estrogen? Where's your testosterone? That's, you must have estrogen, a lot of estrogen, to be given like that." But hold your horses, all right? Because there's this reason for it, all right? I live a lifestyle of giving. I'm used to giving. I don't have to teach myself how to give. That's something that I'm not worried about in my life. Now, I give all credit to God for that. I can't take credit for that. But the benefit for giving a lot, and I'm using myself as an example, but because I give a lot, I hardly ever have to ask for anything. The last thing I asked for was about a year ago, and it was for something very very important to me, and I needed it. But that was the only thing that I really asked for. Other than that, the people in my life, they come to me and they say, "What do you need?" And most of the times I'll say I'm good. I just, just having you in my life is good enough for me. If it's a homie, I'll probably say some homie stuff like, just your ugly face is all I need to give me a laugh through the day. That's all I need. If it's a lady friend, I'll say, hey, just having you in my life, that's all I need. But whenever I do need something and they come to me, well, then it's on. Because I'm always giving, If there's a situation where if I had something and someone is in need and I'm around them, they don't have to ask me, I say, oh, that's what you need? Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that for you then. And if it's something heavy, if it's, you got rent due or something, you got a phone bill that's going off, it's a little small, but your lights are on the line, and someone's there to just say that, you're not going to turn them down, see? So, getting back to the point, or wrapping that point up, if you live a lifestyle where you are in the habit of giving to people, and people could see you, and the first thing that comes up in their mind is giver, good person, be giver, you'll have to want for nothing. Now make sure that before you just give to everyone, right? Make sure that you pay attention to the heart behind the person that you're giving to. You don't want to give to people that are selfish. It would be very dumb for me to give to a thief, because in the mind of a thief, you give something to a thief, he's not going to say, oh, I'm appreciative of this, oh, I'm thankful of this. They're going to say, well, this is what the world owes me. The world owes me something. The world owes me a living. Oh, I watched my loved ones go when I was 2. Oh, I've been in and out the system since I hit puberty. This is the life I know. This world owes me something. Thank you, Mr. Giver. I don't think so. I don't owe you nothing. If anything, the enemy owes you. But you don't want to ask him for what for what you deserve, from what he took from you, right? So that's not how this works. So you don't want to give to a thief. You don't want to give to someone that's not thankful. When you give, make sure that you give to people that will appreciate you. All right. It doesn't have to be big things. I'm not talking about giving your $10,000 piano to someone. No, I'm just talking about simply, you're working your job. Say you're a cash register, a checkout boy, checkout girl. You're working the register, and someone says, someone from the other side, someone else on your crew, they say, hey, I need you to cover for me for the next couple of days. I gotta go out of town, I gotta do something, right? If you know that this person isn't appreciative, if you know that this person is a thief, they have a history of thieving, I don't care if it is your best friend and you're in cahoots with them, they're not gonna appreciate what you do for them. So you tell them to their face, say, in the best way possible, you could say, I can't do that right now. Let us find someone. Let me help you find someone that can. And really, if they're a thief, you're not gonna help them find anything that help them find anyone that can help them. But these are very basic principles. but they give great returns if these principles are stuck with over time. All right, so you want to give to people, and you want to discern the heart behind the person that you're giving to. Before I move on, just one more thing though. In contrast, you give to a thief, they won't appreciate you. They'll ask for more. They'll try to take more. They'll try to get over on you. All right. But if you give to someone that has a good heart, all right. If you could get in the habit of finding people with good hearts and giving to them, you'll live a corporate lifestyle. You'll receive corporate blessings from every direction, and you'll have a lot of people that's just giving into your life, just giving from here, giving from there. Say, man, such and such, I haven't heard from them in 12 years, and they're blessing me with something. Wow, thank you. Stuff like that happens, but it's about getting in the habit. Develop a skill to recognize when someone has a good heart and give to them. Do something good for them. Just get in the habit of it, and don't just do it one time and say, all right, yeah, I made my investment. No, keep doing it. Keep doing stuff for people. Just make sure that they have a good heart, and develop a habit, to develop a skill. An elite skill in recognizing when someone has a good heart. And what's going to happen is you can't stop people from giving you money. You can't stop people from giving you things. That is how business is supposed to be ran. That's how real business is supposed to be done. I watch some of these shows, and I just shake my head every time, throughout the whole show. In some of these business orientated TV shows or movies, and I'm just shaking my head the whole time, because you'll see these powerful businessmen and women, and they'll meet up in a conference room, and they'll negotiate with other businesses in an ego contest, trying to see who can outsmart or who can out-business the other person. It's like, my goodness, we've learned better than this in elementary. Do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. We've learned that a long time ago. And you have powerful businessmen, powerful businesswomen that don't see that. And I'll get into that deeper in some of my later videos. So you do want to stay tuned for that. I'll be revealing some things that even myself I have learned just recently. This is big stuff. But anyway, these people struggle in the business world because they're so stuck on me, stuck on stuck on number one. And they're saying, what can you do for me? This is what I could do for you. I don't want to do it. So you're going to have to give me some money so that I want to do it. Right? And they don't come to a conclusion. And if they come to a conclusion, the person over there is giving the person over here the absolute smallest amount, that they could give them. And they discuss a little bit of a higher range in compensation, right? And they just give them a little bit. They say, we have a deal. That's elementary to me. I'm sorry. That's elementary to me. It goes on every day. goes on every day. Some might say, well, if everyone's doing that, and it's working for them, then why should I do different? Well, that's true. If it's working for them and you did the same thing, it will work for you. But you'll have a lot of sleepless nights. You'll have a lot of you'll have a lot of mistakes that you'll have to make. There's no way around mistakes when you live like this. All right, unnecessary mistakes. So those are things for you to look forward to. Good luck on your venture in this, if that's the route that you want to take. All power to you. But there's ways to conduct business and to really do things like the ancient kings have done business. And the main reason that you can put yourself above the rest is to live in a sphere, to live according to principles that are higher than everyone else's principles. All right. Some might say, how is this tying into daily inspiration? This, like I said, that 5 minutes, that was the daily, that's what you need to get your jump start. But I'm actually the rest, I'm digging into what those 5 minutes were talking about. All right. But this is what we're dealing with here. You want to live according to principles that are higher than everyone else's principles. In this world, money is a big deal. It's a very big deal. In heaven, people are a big deal. Life is a big deal. On earth, the more money you have, the more successful you will appear to be. In heaven, the more life you have, the more lives that you help, the more successful you will appear to be. Some might say, well, in heaven, everything's going to be perfect. You won't have any, Some might even battle if heaven, actually exists. Hey, leave your comments. We can talk on that, and I can make a video on that in the future. But look, if you can't be successful in heaven, then why do we have rewards in heaven? Isn't that what Jesus told us? That we should lay up rewards in heaven, things that don't perish with time, things that last later, over time, that won't perish. See, so there is success in heaven. You can be successful in heaven. The laws that I'm bringing to your attention right now are laws that we will be living according to once we get into heaven. But guess what? You can have heaven here. That's why everyone's scrambling around trying to, I'm the better businessman. I got the better business. This is what I could do for you, but what can you do for me? Give me some money so that I could want to do for you. Where's the money? And then once they go home, they're like, man, I don't want to die to go to heaven. I want something here. Well, you got to live according to heavenly laws if you want heaven here. Some might say, well, if I'm giving to people, I just can't see people giving to me if I'm always giving to them. Now, I'm not telling you to go to work and to give someone the keys to your house. Balance is the key to life, people, all right? That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is very realistic if you think about this. you go to a bank, you go to an honest banker, all right? Not a loan shark, a honest banker. And you go to him and you say, all right, I want to open up an account. I want this to be something that I can put into the stock market. Or you know what, let me go ahead and start a futures account. Alright, and I want to put something in here that will give me something over time. Mutual funds, futures, whichever route you want to picture here. Alright. Now if you gave to this bank and you gave to a certain stock, and this stock is going up, your bank is going to receive the good news, and they're going to give you something back. In some cases, the stock doesn't even have to be doing better. Just the fact that you put something in there gives you a return. Your money is almost as an employee that's working a 9-to-5 job for this company. And because your money is working this job, it gets a return. That return is more money. See? Some might have got that, some might not have. Alright. You can always rewind, on YouTube, Periscope, But this is what we're dealing with here. So, love, give to people with good hearts, and you will get something back. All right. Ask yourself daily, who have I given to today? And then ask yourself, who around me or in my surroundings have a good heart? These are things that you want to ask on a day-to-day basis. And you want to develop a skill in identifying people like this. All right. Another thing, you want to surround yourself with like-minded people. All right, that one we're hearing that a lot, but it's still good to hear it once more. And plus, this is something that I kind of had to lay down so that I could get into the deeper stuff. Say you're at work today, or wherever you're going to be today, and ask yourself, who can use my assistance? Who can use my help? This is part of finding your purpose as well. If you could get deep into this, you could figure out your purpose in life. I've mentioned in another one of my videos, if you think about those that you hate to see being hurt, or those that you hate to see being mistreated, anything negative towards these people, you can't bear seeing this happen to the point where every time you hear about it, you cry. Well, guess what? You're sent here on this earth to help people like that. That's your purpose. That wasn't so hard, was it? That's not so hard. A lot of people make finding your purpose seem extremely hard because they don't know themselves. Mind you, we get this advice from psychologists that went to school for 5, 7, 8 years to learn this and to teach you stuff, right? But they go home and they go through the same crap. That ain't no expert. I'm sorry, I had to say that in my best English. That ain't no expert. If you, I've already spoke on this, so I'm not gonna stay on this. But if you went to school for 8 years and you got a little piece of paper in your office, right, and you're helping me with my problems, and you're certified to do that because of that little paper that's on the wall and the plaque in your office, and then you go home and deal with the same thing, you're not an expert. You're not an expert. You're certified to teach on that thing, but you're not certified by God to teach me that thing, because your heart's wrong and your life's wrong. I mean, what did Jesus tell us? He said, get that splinter out of your eye. No, he said, if you're trying to judge someone for the splinter in their eye, get that block of wood out of yours first. You have a lot of psychologists with blocks of wood in their eyes, and they're trying to help us with our splinters. See? I don't know how I got into that, but bear with me. This is a big topic, all right? So I'm enjoying this, as I hope you are. All right? So anyway, look, this is what we're dealing with. How can I put this? When you have your purpose down, or I'll put it like this: when you get in the habit of helping people, you're living a part of your purpose. You're having purpose in your life. When you help people, you have more purpose. When you find out who you were sent here to help, and you help them out, now you're fulfilling your purpose, your God-given purpose. See, because you could see someone in a predicament. You can see it. It can hurt you. You're crying. You're mad. You're sad. All of these things, and you don't know why you're feeling these things. You have no idea why. You've never met one kid in Zimbabwe or Somalia, but every time you see him, in starvation or hurting, you just start. You can't even talk. You're sobbing. That's a God-given purpose. I'll say this one more time. Whenever you're helping people, you are giving, or you're living a purposeful life. You're giving yourself purpose. Whenever you're helping who you were sent here to help, you're fulfilling your God-given purpose. Alright? Here's another thing. To give to people, you're gonna need a certain degree of love. Now, there's levels to love. Alright? It's possible to love an enemy. As easy as it is to hate an enemy, it's as easy as it is to love an enemy. The only reason why it's so hard for people to love their enemies is because that's a level of love that we don't work on every day. So in a sense, we're babies in that area of love, where we're ignorant of that level of love. If I'm saying something to you that's making you a little uncomfortable, that's good. You're learning something. Don't turn from this video. if you're feeling uncomfortable, that's good. You're learning something, right? And I'll say this: I'm not one of those speakers where I'll point something out that may be in your life, and then say, all right, well, good luck finding the answer. And then you're done with the video and you feel robbed of your day. No, I'm not one of those speakers, alright? I'm gonna help you find a way to get to the bottom of this, alright? If you haven't already noticed. So, love. You can love your enemies. There's a certain love, it's really a secret love, it's untapped. People don't walk in it every day the way that they should. I have very seldom seen people walk in this every day. If you've seen my life, you've seen how people deal with me. You would think they did with me, but that's not the case, because I follow principles that will make things as if people live in this love, alright? But what this love is it's a unconditional love. If you're my friend, I love you. If you're my foe, I love you. If you did this to me, I love you. If you did this to my family, I love you. A unconditional love. Now, a lot of people may say, what is that going to do for me? How is that going to benefit me? Alright. Hold on to your seatbelt for this. Alright. You can hurt people stronger with love than you can with hate. I'm gonna say that again, because I know probably very few got that one. You could hurt someone stronger with love than you can with hate. Alright, you don't believe me? Alright, here we go. I hope you're holding on your seatbelt. If a homeless man, if you're walking down the street, right, or you walk the sidewalk, whatever, and a homeless man walks up to you, points in your face, and say, I hate your guts. You may feel a little something, but it'll be probably so small, because in your mind you're like, this guy is crazy. He's probably going through so much. He probably has a reason to hate me, right? But he's crazy, and I'm gonna do what I can to go about with the rest of my day. Let that girl that you just met, or the girl that you've been dating, the girl that you love with all your heart, that you give everything to, your brother, your sister, ladies, that guy that you fell in love with, that you're crazy for, that one, the one that you're hoping is the one. Let any of them come to you and say, I hate your guts. You wouldn't even want to go through, you wouldn't even want to finish your day. You wouldn't even want to get on with your day. If anything, time probably stopped to you at that point. See, reason why isn't because it's the hate in that is hurting you. It's the love that was lost that's hurting you. See? if you have an enemy, you have someone that doesn't like you, someone that you're not too fond of, and they're just saying all this stuff to you out of hatred. It's not a big deal. That's not a big deal. And if you say hateful things to them, that's not going to be a big deal to them. But love them for a second. Try loving them. Try giving them something. Oh my goodness, they'll probably swerve their car and driving home. You would think they were drunk behind the wheel. Because they're trying to figure out what is it that will make you, the person that they've been so evil to, give to them. Fellas, if this seemed too soft for you, all right, I'll break it down in the matters of war. Okay, this have also been used in war many times. All right, if you're one of those macho dudes that's like, all right, look, I don't want to hear no love stuff. Get on with the. All right, here we go. Buckle up. Napoleon, he wasn't the nicest guy. He said all war is deception. That's very true. But one of the greatest tactics in ancient military is negotiation. I'll use a. This guy's a little more of a pitiful figure, but he used this to his advantage. And what happened was, in ancient Rome, one of the, I believe it was Germanicus, Marcus Aurelius Germanicus, he took Germany, right, or Germania, and he negotiated peace between Britannia, or ancient Britain, and the father or the king of that town, of that whole province. They were pretty deep. I'm not gonna lie. They were great in number, and they were going back and forth with Rome. But Germanicus said, "Look, we just took Germania. All right, we're tired. We're beat. We want to rest. We just want peace, man." And the king of Britannia, he went along with that. He said, "All right, well, what we'll do is my dying wish is that we have peace." And I believe that he gave one of his daughters to be the wife of. I'm not sure if it was Germanicus, but it was someone. It was a big figure in Rome that this Britain king has given his daughter to as a sign of peace, right? So as soon as Germanicus died, Nero came into the game, and he pissed away all of that. He took that gesture of love, and these were sworn enemies, mind you, Rome and Britannia, but there was a gesture of love that was given, right? In Rome, they said, we do have more power than you, but we're gonna take this gesture of love. We're gonna be loving, and we're gonna do this for you. So Nero, he took it, and he said, we're gonna go to war. We're gonna take these guys out. And yeah, that's pretty much what they did over time, because they had to go through a lot, because Nero wasn't much of a commander. But he took that gesture of love, and he worked it. He used love against his enemies, and or the love that the emperor before him used, and it hit them. That was the last thing that the Britons would ever expect, was that these guys that showed this gesture of love would turn on us so quickly. See? So this love is a big deal. It's a very big deal. Alright. Ladies, if you walked away for that analogy, you can come back now. I'm done with the war. But yeah, you know, this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with here. Love. So as you go out about your day, just remember, you could show hatred towards someone that's not cool with you, right? You might hit your target, but you might miss. With love, you'll hit your target every single time. And on top of that, you're showing them that, hey, you can't make me sweat. You're doing this? Oh, that's all you got? I'm not sweating. I'm cool. I'm good. You don't mean nothing to me. In their mind, that's what they're thinking. You know? But in your mind, you're saying, oh, you poor little soul. You're saying, oh, how ignorant you are. And just if you came to the knowledge of the fact that life is bigger than this and you're being petty, but I'm going to show love. That's what it's all about. You live like that. If you live like that, you cannot be taken out. No one can take you out. No one can stop you. Everyone will want to join your cause. People will see how you deal with people and they'll say, look, you're a part of something big. I don't know what it is. How can I join? Before I wrap this up, I only have a couple more minutes, but I'll put it like this, and I will be talking about this in later videos, alright? This love comes from somewhere. It's not going to come from the inside of you. It's not going to come from reading novels or fiction books or, you know, textbooks, whatever. And it surely isn't going to come from those psychologists with those ugly plaque paper certificates on their wall. Alright? It's going to come from God. If you, like I said, if you're, like I say all the time, if you're from a different denomination, if you're from a different religion, if you're from a different belief system, 9 times out of 10, you're looking up anyway. Alright? Keep looking up. Search up. Keep looking for answers to this almighty God, to the creator, to the creator of all creations. Keep looking. Don't let nothing stop you. Find every source that you have to. Don't rule any source out until you find false in it. You will. Until you come to the truth that does not that does not dictate itself, that does not say one thing here but it means something else, but it says something completely different here, right? And you'll find that answer. But in the last couple minutes that I have, this love comes from God. Unconditional love comes from God. And that, my friend, gives way to real power. If you use the power, the love of God, you're using the power of God. And if you use the power of God in your daily life, in your business affairs, you cannot be stopped. People will line up and say, your enemies will line up and say, we want to stop this guy. How can we stop this guy? We can't find a way to stop this guy or girl. And then once they get close to you, you give them love, and now they're your friends. This is how this works, people. Alright? Love you, take care, subscribe, like, share, and stay wise.